Right, so I want to take a look at how Dreamweaver has all of these additional slideshows, different kinds of things that you can add in through going into Adobe and working with the widgets. So for instance, right now I have this slideshow here. I'm going to show you what it looks like, then I'm going to show you how to go get it. So I'm going to preview it in Firefox, and I can see that I can click on this image and then I can start moving through. Now, of course, what you would do is you would actually go in and you would put your own images in. I can come on down here and take a look. Now, you'll find too that this actually will load .swf files, and we can come on in. You can put in YouTube. There's a lot of different options. You can even add in MP3s. This is a QuickTime movie. I'm going to close that. And MP3s, I think there we go. Now, these are all pre-built through Adobe. So what you'll see actually, yeah, these are all pre-built through Adobe. So I could get rid of these and just, in this video, I'm just going to focus in on adding more images. So here goes. All right, so I come on in and I have my page. I'm going to work on a blank page here. This is the page I want to work on. And how do I go about going and getting that? I'm in this site that I've created. The other ones were for different sites. All right, so what I do is I come on up to this little gear here that says Extend Dreamweaver, and I click, and I go to my widget browser. Now, in order to access all of these, you're going to have an Adobe account. You can create one, it's free to do. I'm going to go to My Widgets. These are all of my widgets. Now, if you've never gone here before, you do not have any widgets yet. You need to go and find your widgets. So what you do is you click onto Adobe Exchange, and you can see that again, Adobe has an entire aftermarket product. Some of these you pay for, some of them you do not. So for instance, let's take a look at this one. This one allows you to quickly and interactively view high-resolution product details, providing an engaging shopping experience. So you might look at that and think that might be something that you may want. YouTube player, here's another spry content slideshow. I tend to like the slideshows quite a bit. And then if you want to add it to your widgets, you just click down here. It's downloading, downloading, downloading. And I would just say add to my widgets. I read through the widget licensing, okay? And I hit accepts, and I say, okay, it's added, and then I go to my widgets. Now, once it's in my widgets, how do I take it out? And the one that I'm going to show you was the clear box light. So let's go with that one. I'm going to click onto this one. That's the one that I just showed you. It's very, very easy. This is what you do. You just take this little guy right here, and this is in CS6. It's a little bit different in CS 5.5 and 5. And you take it and you drag and you drop, and there it is. Now, next thing I need to do is I'm going to say File. Let's preview it in the browser, and most likely what will happen is going to save, and it should say to you, okay, we also need to copy all of these dependent files. You're going to hit OK. Now, the story is that those files have the JavaScript, have all of the different code to make this work. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you what I can get rid of once I create this. And again, where I'm going right now, this is the path that I've created, and I've created this in Site 1. Now, first thing that you want to do before you start putting the images in is you want to get your images ready. So all of these images, I created this folder. I'm going to get rid of the word copy because I copied it from another place. And these are the images I'm going to put in. I have them all ready. Let's take a look at them. I have the images, my images range. I have them all sized. You need to get them all sized. They're about 675 by 900. They're all about the same. This one's way bigger. I can make that one smaller. 864. Okay, they're all kind of in the same range. And actually not totally. I should actually fix them, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And my thumbs. I've made all of my thumbs the exact same size, except for one of them. They're all 70 by 70. So I'm going to skip this one, but they're all 70 by 70. Well, actually, really quickly, if I wanted to change the size of this, I could come on in and I could go to Tools, I could go to Adjust Size, and I could change this to pixels, and I could say, oh, I want this to be 70 by 70, okay. And then I could come on in, File, Save. All right, now that one is also 70 by 70. Let's say I came in, I said, oh, this one is, which one? This one was way too big. I can adjust this size. I want it to be more in the 8, so I could just open it up. I go to Tools, Adjust Size, and 900 by 900, okay. File, Save, and then I'll replace it. All right, so there we go. That was pretty easy to do. Now, of course, you can do this all in Photoshop too, which is really easy. Just going into Photoshop and adjusting the image size. All right, so I have all of those ready to go. Now, what I also know though, these are the examples. These are all of the different images, and I'll get rid of those in a minute, okay? But eventually you can just chuck this. But you want to make sure that you keep the JS. This is JavaScript. This is the code that runs the whole thing. But these are all just the images you can see. If I come on down into here, I can see here's the drop of water, the dancers. All right, so here it goes. Let's go over how we go about doing this. All right, first thing is I'm gonna, oh, hold on, let me get rid of that. I want to, whoopsie. All right, I want to come into this one. All right, so first thing is I don't want this one. All right, so I'm going to click. All right, I want to get rid of these ones. So I'm going to, actually, I think I can just hit delete. There we go. All right, I'm going to delete that one, delete. All right, so I've just gotten rid of a part of this. Let me see. Let me go in, and I can also go into split, and it's gone. Okay, excellent. All right, so now what I want to do now, and I can see that these are all of my different images. All right, so I am going to start working with this image. I'm going to start with this first one. What I want to do is I want to open up my properties panel, and I have these two things. I want to have this highlighted. I have the source and the link. So I'm going to click right here. And I am going to come to my folder. I'm going to come to the thumbs. I'll start with Bodhisattva thumb. I'll hit open, and then I'll come in and I'll locate the source. So I come on into my work. I come on into my images, Bodhisattva, open. I come to the second one, same thing. I click on to this. I come to the work. I come to the thumbs. I go to this one, the first one, and then I click and I come to the work, I come to the images, I click, I open, and then I can continue through and do the next one, come to the work, come to the thumbs, go to the third one, open, I click, example, come to the work, come to the images, come to the third one, open, do another one, and then I'm going to show you what's going to happen. We're going to run out of space and we're going to adjust it. Now I'm going to come to the fourth one, open, I come to the source, and we're going to look also at how we go about putting the proper words in. So I come on in, I come to the work, I come to the thumbs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I come to the fifth one, I open it, I go to the source, I go to the work, I go to the images, fifth, open. All right, let's try this one. I click, come to the work, come to the images, sixth one, open, uh-oh. Okay, so that's what happens, right? I chose the wrong one. I want the thumb. Now, again, you can see what happened too. That's why you really need to size your images down. There we go. Red flower thumb. Open. Much better. And now I'm going to come to this one, and I am going to find the bigger image. Red flower. Open. And here comes the sixth one. Now I can see that the sixth one is out of the div tag. And how can I see that? Well, I'm going to show you in a minute here. Looks like that one, the size might be off a little bit. And it's always easy to fix. It's always easy to fix. Images. Okay, here we go. All right, so this one looks a little bit different. If I click on it, Ah, there we go. It looks like it works now. Now, one of my problems is that, see how this is it doesn't fit it so well. So what I want to do, and I can see that the height is only set at 100. So I'm going to fix that. And I want to go in as I hover, and I can see through the code navigator that this CSS is container clear fix. So what I want to do is I'm going to come into the window, CSS styles, and I am going to find container clear fix. Let's go to all, and I'm going to start clicking through, and I can find the one that is set at 100. All right, so that's actually the one that I've created. This is the spry. Let me double check. I think I missed it up in the top. All right, it's up in the top. Let's find this. Container height 100. Okay, there we go. And this is the class container. And this was the one that was generated through what we just built here. All right, so now let's preview it and let's see what it looks like. So we come on in, we preview it in Firefox, we'll say save, and here we go. We click, we open. All right, so now what we want to change is we have the word dancers, and then we have dancers in red. So how do we go about changing that? I'm going to show you that. That's going to be pretty easy to do. We can go to the next one. We can go to the next one. All right, so if I wanted to go about changing this, this is what I would do. If I wanted to add more, how would I go about doing that? Well, what I would say to add more, well, let's actually start with changing it. All right, so I'm going to come on in here. Let's change it right here. Let's give it a different name. Bodhisattva. All right, I'm going to click that right there. Oopsie. So I've changed that name. Now I'm going to go into the split view, and I need to come on in and change this. So I just changed the first one. Then I'll just come in, see where it says dancers in red. All I want to do is just change it right in there. And then I need to come in to also to where it says title and keep it all like that. Bodhisattva. I don't think I spelled that right. Code navigator's blocking it. All right, let's try. Let's save this and let's say. So you need to go into the code to do that. And you need to make sure that when you go into the code that you just change the word. All right, so there we see it. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to leave it with that. Okay, so I have this guy clicked. I'm going to go into split view, and I'm going to find what I need to change. And I can see there's these two lines of code, and it's blue boat in Venice. That's the comment. Okay, the comment is what is the second line, and all I want to do is just change where it says oh, actually, I'm going to put my comment in for the material. Mixed media, okay, and my title, I'm going to put in fortune cookie mandala. Okay, all right, I'm going to refresh this and review it. But first thing I want to do is I want to add more. If I wanted to add more, what would I do? Well, I'm going to click this last one, and what I want to do is I want to just copy the code. So the code begins with div class, and it ends with div. I can see this is all for this last one. So I'll just come in, edit, copy, and I'm going to go totally into code view, and I'll hit return, and I'll paste, return, paste, return, paste. I'm going to go back into design view. Now I have more that I can come in and I can use to fill in. So here's my first one. We can see that it's changed here. Here's my second one. It's changed here. So there we go. That's how you would go about using this add-on through Adobe Widget, through the Widget Browser. Again, the one that I've just used is the Clearbox slate box. And there we go. Now, don't forget, too, that if you have Flash or MP3s that you want to put in here, that would be the way to go. But this is a great one to use to put together an image gallery. Step 1 is gathering your images, making sure that they're sized properly, creating the thumbs and the larger image. Step 2 would be to go into the Adobe Widget Browser and add the clear box to your widgets. Step 3 would be to bring it over into your Dreamweaver page. And then step 4 is to go in and add your own images to it. So now what I could do also is I could come in and I could find that folder that has all of the pre-builts that came with it. So the example, this one right here, I could actually throw this folder out because I don't need it. This was just all the pre-built stuff that Dreamweaver sent over, that Adobe sent over with it. Thanks for listening.